Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're digging into a really powerful system that completely changed the game for quality control. It's all about pushing businesses to chase a goal that sounds almost impossible, near perfection.
It all kicks off with a question that everyone from engineers to customers asks when something goes wrong. Why do mistakes happen? And maybe more importantly, how do we stop them from happening in the first place?
Okay, so what if I told you there's a system where the goal is just 3.4 mistakes for every million chances? I mean, think about that. That's a quality level of 99.99966% perfect. It's a world where an error is so rare it's almost a statistical blip. Well, that incredible target, that's the heart of Six Sigma.
All right, let's get into it. First, we're going to define what Six Sigma actually is. Then we'll break down its famous 5-step method. After that, we'll look at why it's worth the effort, and finally, how this whole idea escaped the factory and went global.
So first things first, what exactly is Six Sigma? Well, at its core, it's all about a disciplined, data-driven approach to eliminating defects in any process, from manufacturing a product to approving a bank loan. You see, it's all about using statistics and cold, hard data to find and completely get rid of the root causes of any mistakes. It's a super systematic way to reduce variation, because variation is the enemy of quality. And that name, Six Sigma, it's actually a huge clue from the world of statistics. Sigma is the symbol for standard deviation, which just measures how much things vary. So, imagine you're trying to hit a bullseye. A low sigma means all your shots are clustered right in the middle. The goal of Six Sigma is to get that cluster so tight that a defect is 6 whole standard deviations away from the center, making it almost unbelievably rare. Now, you've probably heard other buzzwords, right? This table helps show what makes Six Sigma unique. While a system like Lean is all about cutting waste, and the Toyota system is about efficiency, Six Sigma is totally obsessed with one thing: using data to hunt down and eliminate variation to achieve mind-blowing quality. So, how in the world do you actually achieve this near perfection? Well, it's not magic. It's a very structured framework. The whole thing is built on a 5-step process with a handy acronym DMAIC. DMAIC. That stands for define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Each one of these steps builds on the one before it, creating this powerful logical cycle for tackling just about any problem. Okay, first up is define. And this isn't about some vague, fuzzy goal. It's about getting crystal clear on the problem, who it affects, and setting a very specific, measurable target. You have to know exactly what winning looks like. Next, you measure. This is where the data-driven heart of Six Sigma really starts pumping. You go out and collect solid data on how the process is working right now. I mean, you can't know if you've gotten better if you don't have a clear picture of where you started, right? Then comes the analyze phase. This is the detective work. You take all that data you just collected and you dig and dig and dig until you find the real root cause of the problem. You're not just patching holes here. You're finding out what's causing the leak in the first place. So once you know why the problem is happening, you can finally move on to improve. This is where the team gets together, brainstorms solutions, and then tests and implements them to fix that root cause. This is where the real, tangible change happens. And last, but honestly, maybe the most important step, is control. This is all about making sure the fix actually sticks. You put new procedures in place, you set up monitoring systems, you basically lock in the games, so the process doesn't just slide back into its bad old habits. Okay, that whole DMAIC process, it sounds pretty intense, right? It takes a lot of effort. So you have to ask, why do so many of the world's biggest companies swear by it? Well, because the payoff is absolutely huge. The rewards really strike at the heart of what makes a business successful. We're talking about 3 major wins: much happier customers, way lower costs, and processes that are stable and predictable. So let's be clear, this isn't just some abstract theory. It has real-world impact. Customers are happier because they get stuff that just works. The company saves a ton of money because they're not constantly fixing mistakes. And the whole business runs smoother because things are done the same, correct way every single time. Now, what's really cool is that while Six Sigma was born in a factory, its core ideas were just too powerful to stay there. It turns out using data to solve problems works pretty much everywhere. Just look at its journey. It started at Motorola in the 80s. But it really blew up in the 90s when Jack Welch at General Electric made it famous. He claimed it saved GE billions, and that's when everyone else took notice. Now you find it in finance, healthcare, you name it.
And this isn't just an American thing, not by a long shot. From tech giants in Japan like Sony to pharmaceutical companies where quality can literally be a life or death issue, this framework has proven its worth all over the globe. But let's be real, it's not a magic wand. Pulling this off is tough. It demands having the right software to crunch all the data, getting everyone from the CEO down to the front line on board, and making a real investment in training your people to think this way. So when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway? Six Sigma is so much more than just a toolkit. It's a mindset. It's a culture that is completely focused on using data to relentlessly improve, always chasing that goal of near perfection. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on. If this incredibly powerful data-driven framework can perfect a complex factory line or a major financial process, what process in your own work, or hey, even in your own life, could get a little bit better by thinking this way?